Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Paul, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about laptop computers. Particularly, I've been seeing the the Apple M1 MacBook Air thing. It's the new 13-inch laptop from Apple. It's got their new M1 chip in it, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a 256 gig hard drive. I've been seeing video after video after video about this thing. So today, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about alternatives. If you are not necessarily interested in spending $1,000 on this Apple MacBook, what else could you get for that kind of money? If that sounds like something you're interested in, by all means, this is probably the video for you. So, before we get started, go ahead and like this video and subscribe and hit the bell. And why is everybody asking me to do that before you have any idea if you're really going to be interested or not? Wait till like halfway through the video, maybe the end. Then give me a like. Then, if you're interested, subscribe, come back, see another one. I'll try to remind you later, okay? So for now, the laptop that I am interested in talking to you about today is actually made by HP, and it is the HP Omen. It is a 15.6-inch laptop. It is not an editing rig, so to speak. It's not made for video editing. It's a gaming laptop. And, I was thinking games are graphics intensive, just like editing is, so maybe this could work for me. And so, lo and behold, that's what I picked up. It's got the AMD Ryzen 7 in it, 16 gigabytes of RAM. It also has a 1 terabyte SSD hard drive in it. Nice and quiet, fast. For a screen on it, it has not got a 4K screen in it, but it does have an HD IPS monitor with the 144 hertz version. So it's a nice picture you're getting from it. And for graphics, you're going to get yourself the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Ti graphics card. Not bad. By the way, Premiere will work with that graphics card to give you better hardware acceleration. Anyway, I'm digging this thing. It's been a nice little laptop. It is a good looking machine. It does have a plastic shell to it, although the keyboard deck is metal. I believe it's an aluminum keyboard deck. They're nice feeling keys under your hands. The exterior of this laptop has a new designed logo on it. Used to have a very over the top graphic kind of logo on it. Now it's a little bit more subdued, a little bit more understated. I would dare say more professional. Like if you're trying to take a meeting with clients, you could walk in with this laptop and not get laughed out of the room. It does have some gamery aspects to it. The keys, for example, there are 4 quadrants to the keyboard, and you can customize the colors on those. So you got those RGB options that I would say are pretty standard nowadays in the ways of PCs and gaming and so forth. So you can customize the 4 quadrants of the keyboard, like the WASD cluster, and then the remaining keys are broken into thirds, basically. It's not bad. It's a good deal. And you can, highlight in different colors, whatever you want there. Now, there are some pros and cons to this machine, just like there would be with any laptop. For example, in the pros column, man, it's fast. Like I said, it's got 16 gigs of RAM, and it's got a nice graphics card. The graphics card alone has like 6 gigs of its own memory. So it's fast for processing stuff. I exported out a 10-minute 4K video in Premiere, and you can see here the time on it. It starts off at like 6 minutes and then quickly dips down to 4 minutes, and even that isn't necessarily ticking off 1 second at a time. So it's competent for exporting that video and being a fast machine. Also, the keyboard, as I said before, those are nice keys. They feel good in your hand. The trackpad is smooth operating. And this thing has plenty of ports on it. It's got USB ports on it. It's got USB-C that's lightning fast on it. It's got DisplayPort. It's got a headphone jack. It's got a memory card slot, which again, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking this really is kind of made for video creators. I mean, I don't know how many gaming laptops need a memory card slot, but man, it's nice having that card reader in there. I can just take the card right out of my camera, slap it right into there, and import whatever files I need. That's a really, really nice feature. The power cord on this thing, 9 feet long. It's huge. It's a huge. You're not, if you're out somewhere and you need to plug into power, you're not going to be like chained to the wall with this thing. I've seen people, at the airport and whatnot, or at different places with their laptops and their phones and whatnot. And that little 3-foot cord that you get half the time with devices, come on, man, that's no bueno. So with this, you don't have to worry about that. You get a good long power cord. Now, in the cons column, it is a gaming laptop, and so it is power intensive. And to combat the rising heat that comes with that, it's got some fans. It's got some beefy fans on the bottom of this thing. But when they are running, it sounds like the space shuttle is taking off. There are some significantly loud fans in this thing. They cool the thing down in a hurry. And there's an interface through HP that you can do on this thing where you can like manually turn the fans on, or you can control how aggressive the cooling is if you just need it for something casual or something more intensive. But when those fans are running, they're pretty loud. The laptop overall is a large laptop. I mean, I am effectively saying let's compare this to a 13-inch laptop. The screen on this one is 15 inches, 15.6 inches. But the overall dimensions of the laptop, it's 14 inches wide, it's 9.25 inches front to back, like across, and then the diagonal measure on this thing is 17 inches. So for portability, I have some concerns that this is not going to fit every backpack or every laptop bag. So that's just something to think about. Just under an inch was the thickness overall. Weight on this thing, right around 5 pounds. Another downside is that the power brick, when it's plugged in, and you're running it and everything, that thing gets screaming hot. Like uncomfortable to touch kind of hot. It really does. Again, it's using a lot of power. Last but not least on my cons column here, the front edge of this laptop, well, all edges really, but the one you're mainly dealing with is the leading edge here where your wrists sit. This thing is sharp. Like you just press on it for a couple seconds, take your finger away, and there's a mark. So you can imagine if you're trying to sit and type with this for any amount of time, it is going to be uncomfortable on your wrists. And I would say that's confusing to me, even from the aspect of it being a gaming laptop, because if you're sitting playing a game for hours, it's going to dig into you. Now, this laptop, compared to the Apple that we're talking about here, the Apple's like the MacBook is like $1,000. This one is a little bit north of $1,000. Was it 13 or so is the typical list price for it. However, we do have Prime Day coming up, and so I'm confident that there are going to be some deals on this laptop. The price is going to be cut here and there at different vendors. And even though it's just Prime Day we're talking about, everybody else is going to be running a sale too. Like Best Buy is not going to sit back and say, okay, Amazon, you came up with Prime Day, go ahead and have all the sales. So I'll put links in the description to take you over to Amazon so you can see the details on this. I'll put the M1 as well so you can see it and do a comparison. If you're an Apple person, it's a decent machine. But for vaguely the same price, maybe a couple $100 more, you're going to get something with twice the RAM, 4 times the hard drive, a little bit more size, a little bit more screen. And if we're talking about, well, whether we're talking about gaming or video editing, having more real estate on your screen is a little bit nicer. Okay, guys, that's all I got for you today. I hope you've enjoyed this. And now, if you've gotten some good value out of this, go ahead and hit the like button. If you would like to see more from me in the future, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and thank you. I'll see you next time. Have a great week. Cheery.